Hi, I'm Carla Buderak and welcome to Behavior Communicates. It's time to start thinking about a new school year, and with that new school year comes new teachers and new friends. That could be a good thing or it could be a stressful thing. So how can you, parents and teachers, ensure that your child with special needs can have a really good start to their school year? 2 words, peer awareness. Today I'm going to show you how to do a peer awareness for 4 different age groups. And although I'm going to focus on autism, you can do actually a peer awareness for any disability for any child. What is peer awareness? Well, basically it's an educational session that you do for your child's peers. And why do we do it? For 3 reasons. 1, because we want to share and have understanding and information. Number 2, we want to have a level playing field for our children. And number 3, and in my opinion the most important, we want to help our children not to be victims of bullying and teasing. Let's talk about who specifically you're going to do this peer awareness for. You can do it for classmates in the elementary that's in a single classroom. You can do it for grade level peers of students. You can do it for club members like scouts, sports groups, church groups. You could do it for neighborhood children, or you could do it for your family and extended family. How many times do you need to do this? Sometimes it only takes 1 time, like with family members. Sometimes you might want to do it every year, depending on what teachers, what kids, what schools your children are attending. And sometimes you want to do it when specific problems or questions come up. So let me give you some basic guidelines. First of all, I want you to think about avoiding the word handicap or disability and use the word challenges instead. We want to focus on the positive of our students. And the question of whether or not the child with a special needs should be a part of the group or family members to be a part of the group, that depends on the child and the family. That's up to you, so you guys decide. So the first thing we want to do is we want to gather all the strengths and the challenges of the student. Okay, let's talk about how you might go about doing a peer awareness for kindergarten first graders. You can start with a book like Zink the Zebra by Kelly Weil. It's basically a story about a little zebra who has polka dots instead of stripes, and the story teaches children compassion and acceptance for someone who's different. At this age, you don't have to talk about autism necessarily, but you do need to talk about how kids can be different, but they can also be the same in many ways, and certainly we can get along and make friends and work together. For your 2nd and 3rd graders, you can actually use the book by Carol Gray called The Sixth Sense. This is actually great for students that are ages 7 through 12 years old, and this basically talks about the 5 senses that we all know, hearing, seeing, touch, etc., but that there is a 6th sense, and that is the social sense. At this point you can ask the students, do you know of anyone who has difficulty with the 6th sense? And they're probably going to have somebody in mind that they can mention, and you can talk about how they might have trouble with turn taking, with making friends, with carrying on conversations, playing games, that kind of thing. And you can brainstorm with your 2nd and 3rd graders about how they can help them, how they can help overcome these challenges, or how they can be a friend and make things easier for them during the school day. For 4th and 5th graders, there's a wonderful book called My Best Friend Will by Jamie Lull and Tara Tuchel. Will has autism, and the book focuses on Will's world through the eyes of a 5th grader, and she has a wonderful understanding of his accomplishments and his qualities. I think your 5th graders and 4th graders will like it. Another activity for this age group is the Famous Person activity, where you get some volunteers to actually wear pictures of some famous people on the autism spectrum. And then the rest of the class gets some cards that have both the challenges and the accomplishments of these famous people. So the activity is to have the class match up those accomplishments and challenges with the famous people in history. The point here is to show kids that even though some of our students and even famous people have challenges, many accomplishments and contributions to the world can be made. Now, for the high school group, there's a fantastic video called Intricate Minds. This shows or highlights middle school and high school students who have autism, and they have very frank discussions about their experiences. Another terrific idea is to show or recommend the Temple Grandin movie. This is a movie that highlights Temple Grandin's life, who actually is a woman who has a PhD. She talks about her autism, and she has revolutionized the cattle industry, and this movie highlights those accomplishments. So I've shown you how to do a peer awareness for 4 different age groups. I hope you've enjoyed it. If we educate the people around us, it's a win-win situation for everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here at Behavior Communicates, where I help you and your child or your student get what you both really want and we both really need. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends on Facebook and Twitter and all your other social media. And if you haven't signed up yet for Behavior Communicates, get on over there and sign up for my weekly blog. And I will see you next time.